All right. Hello, my lovely, beautiful, beautiful souls. I am so happy and very excited actually to do this reading today. It's a new beginnings Diwali type of reading. And first of all, happy Diwali to all of my beautiful, beautiful friends who do celebrate that holiday. It's the biggest holiday that happens in India every year. And two deities are actually spotlighted in this holiday. It's two spirits I work with quite a lot. That is Lord Ganesh and then also goddess Lakshmi. Ganesh is all about removing obstacles and blockages from our path, and the goddess Lakshmi is all about health and wealth and prosperity and all of those abundant, beautiful things. So they are two spirits that come through the most during Diwali. It's a very big kind of energetic, it's kind of like America's version of Christmas. That's what Diwali is for India. So I just felt the pull to really kind of read on these energy shifts happening right now and hear what Lord Ganesh and Lakshmi have to say to us at this time. So I am very excited. Diwali is all about, ignorance to truth and darkness to light, fresh starts, new beginnings, all of the above. So definitely good things in store for these readings. Very uplifting messages, I feel. And we're going to do something different. I feel sometimes we can put ourselves in boxes with spirituality and even the way we channel messages sometimes. And I figured, why not just kind of push the limits? So you're actually going to know who's talking in which pile ahead of time. And then you can kind of filter from there to see which energy is kind of calling to you more, or if all of them are calling to you equally, that's totally okay as well. So pile number one, we have this beautiful amber piece, this tumbled amber, and this is actually going to be Ganesh's pile. Okay, that's going to be for Ganesha. Pile two is this tumbled rose quartz. I actually call him Ganesha sometimes too. So it's Ganesh, Ganesha, Ganesha. I interchange the way that I say his name. Pile two is going to be Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi, with this tumbled rose quartz here. And then pile three is actually going to be a combined message from each spirit. This is from Ganesh and Lakshmi together. Their message to you, my beauties. And this is, I believe, a bumblebee jasper, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be for pile three. So go ahead and tune in. Find out which pile is calling your name, or if all three are, your intuition never steers you wrong. But do always remember, friends, the shopping cart method. These are general readings, so go ahead and take what resonates, leave behind what does not, as always. And without further ado, I cannot wait to see you in your piles. All right, hello, my beautiful pile number one. So if you chose this tumbled amber piece, then this is for sure going to be your reading. So let's see what you've got here. I kind of have the lights in the way, so I'm not sure where to, we'll just put it there. That's fine. So let's see what you got here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you have number 15, give birth. I think it's so interesting that you have the give birth card here in relation to Lord Ganesha, because Ganesh is all about, like I said at the intro, he's all about removing obstacles, removing challenges from our way, being able to blow past obstacles so that we can, he's kind of like the path clearer, like make way sort of a thing. I just heard Aladdin. Oh my gosh, I don't know why that's popping up. He has such a calming, comforting presence, Ganesh does. He's very humorous, very light. He's very just like your best friend kind of a thing. And he's very comforting, his presence. But he was reminding me of the song Prince Ali. He's like, make way. You know how they do that at the beginning? Prince Ali, da 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 da. So that's what he was kind of saying, is make way. That's what Lord Ganesh does, is he makes ways. He's able to clear those blockages from our path. And I feel like that's what's happening here with a lot of you. I feel that you have been in this space of feeling this like denseness, and we're in an energy shift already. I'm probably going to do a collective reading for the energy shift that's happening right now a little bit later, but you could be very affected by that energy shift more than others, depending on what kind of an empath you are. So because of that, you could be feeling this dense energy around you, and it's almost like this feeling of kind of this heaviness, this what's the word? not feeling like you're in the groove, not feeling like you're in the flow. Things just don't feel like they're happening in quite the right way for you, if that makes any sense at all. Those of you who this is your pile, I know that you're probably going to resonate with that, even though as I'm saying it, it doesn't really sound clear. But with the give birth, this is saying that something inside of you is about to come forth, and something beautiful inside you is about to be released, type of a thing. And it's almost like you feel that there's just been this, you almost question it. You're like, I don't know if this is supposed to happen. I don't feel like I'm in that space to really either receive it, or I don't feel like I'm in that space energetically in the first place to be able to make it happen. I feel tired, so I can't really balance my energetic work with my 3D action to bring it forth and to manifest it. Or I'm doing all this work, I'm doing all this action, but I'm just not in alignment energetically and spiritually. I'm not guarding my thought life. I'm not watching my emotions to be able to keep me in vibrational alignment with what I want. So for each of you, it's going to be different. Take it how it resonates, but there's just a few camps that Ganesh is kind of pointing out to me in this pile. So you could be any one of those things, or maybe something else, right? But the point is, in each of you, the core thread of consistency is that there's something in you that's like being generated. I keep hearing like generated, crafted, formed. Something is being made within you so that you can, and that's the other thing too, is it's like when you give birth, it's not a pleasant process. It's not like cherries and roses, and I don't know why cherries just came out. That's a specific confirmation for somebody. Maybe you're eating cherries right now, but I don't know, he told me cherries and roses, and it's definitely not like a walk in the park type of a thing. Like, no, it's hard freaking work when you're birthing another human being. And same thing spiritually, same thing energetically. It's funny, I used to write papers in college, and English never used to be my best subject, but I just worked with myself enough to where it became like my strongest subject. And I used to not be able to write essays worth anything. And then I trained myself, and by the time I was in college, I was able to write these like multi-page essays, and I could get A's on them pretty easily. And it took a lot of work to get there, but I like forced myself to work through it, type of a thing. But whenever I would write a big paper, I always felt like, oh my gosh, I'm just like, feel like I'm giving birth to this, because you have to outline it. You have to think of a core idea. You have to come up with quotes to be able to, and resources that you need to identify in your bibliography to be able to support your point that you're making. And there's like all these pieces, and then you have to be able to create connections and creative ways to different ideas that seemingly aren't connected. And right, so there's a lot of mental work going on. And I always felt like, dang, like this 10-page 20-page paper, I feel like I'm giving birth to it. And that's almost this energy that I'm feeling here. There's a lot of work that you've been feeling. There's a lot of denseness around it as well. So maybe you've been resenting the work as well. I know I've definitely been in places in my spiritual journey where that's happened, where it's like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I resent this. I just want all of this to go away. I want the good things that happen at the end, but I don't want to have to go through the process of, so it's like this refining process that you're going through. This pruning process. It talks about, in the Bible, it talks about this purification process where you take a piece of material that's very, and he's equating it to the Bible for me, I think, because that's something that I'll be able to understand and reference clearly. But he's telling me that there's similar references in Hindu texts as well. So my Hindu friends, you would know this better than me. But he's referencing like this parable of taking some material that's very coarse, like a piece of coal, and then you put it through the furnace, you put it through the fire, you put it through purification, through discipline, and through love, right? Through compassion, grace. And then on the other side, you have this sheen, like this shining piece of like gold or gem of some sort. And it's that purification process, that refining fire. That's the part that sucks. That's the part before you give birth to that amazing, beautiful energy, spirit, idea, human being, whatever it is, little baby. That middle part is what freaking sucks. And that's the part that you are in right now, my friend, which is, I feel your energy. And that was almost like you talking to me, like, it freaking sucks. And I'm like, I hear you. I've been there. And you're on this part of your journey where it's not pretty. You know what I mean? It's not, I think a lot of times in spirituality, we can kind of, wrap things up in a pretty bow, not fantasize it, but we can put rose-colored glasses on and we can kind of be like, oh, it's okay. And it's all for a greater purpose and we're ascending and our energies are just going through an upgrade right now and it'll soon be over, right? But it doesn't take away the fact that when you're actually going through the upgrade, the ascension, when you're in the process of being able to birth something new, it is hard. It's dense. There's a lot of work involved, right? And that's the part that's not glamorized. That's the part that no one talks about. That's the part that people want to skip over and get to the end, right? It's the beginning and the end that people focus on. It's not really the middle because it's not pleasant. It's not pretty. It's messy. It's hard. And that's the part where oftentimes, yeah, he's telling me that's the part where shame and guilt can come in because we focus so much on the beginning and the end. We don't focus enough on the messy parts. And when we go through the messy parts, we feel isolated. We feel alone. We don't feel like there's common humanity. There's what he's saying. We don't feel a common humanity. We forget that other people experience those same emotions as we do, those same seasons of life as we do. And we feel isolated. We feel alone. We feel not good enough because we feel like we should be doing better than we are. And sometimes we'll see other people in different seasons of their life where maybe they're past a difficult season already and you see them thriving. And then we start comparing, saying, wow, I feel this way. Look at them. They're doing amazing. Why can't I do that? And that's when we start to feel shame. We start to identify with those emotions, right? And we start to feel like I am not good. I am not handling this well. I am weak, right? All of those lies, those illusions, because we start identifying with just the emotions that are supposed to pass through us, the emotions that are normal, the emotions that are human, the emotions that we all feel. We just feel them at different times, right? And so sometimes I feel some of you can get into that comparison because we don't talk about this messy part enough. And so some of you may be feeling like, I've been going through this messy part for a heck of a long time. And I keep hearing that my breakthrough is about to happen. I keep hearing that I'm meant for this abundance, but you don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's some of your energy. It's like, you don't understand. Like, this has just been like way too long, right? And to that, I would say that I hear you. You know, sometimes we don't get to choose how long our messy parts last. We don't get to choose how long that fire endures, right? But all I can say is that what will help you, especially right now, and what Ganesh is really coming through to say is being able to understand that it's almost over, right? And I don't say this lightly. I channel the energy that comes through, and I'm responsible to channel it, you know, as clearly as I'm able to. So there's no sugarcoating here. I'm not going to tell you a message that I don't genuinely feel is coming through. That's not how I roll. So when I tell you that he's saying your breakthrough is like just right there, it's almost like you've been plodding along so much and it's like you've been jogging this marathon, but you don't understand, like right around the corner is the finish line. So right now, if you sprint, you kick, and you give it everything you've got, you can make it there, bam. Like your breakthrough is right on the other side. They always say it's, what's that Florence and the Machine song where, it's always darkest before the dawn, and I've been a fool and I've been blind. Yeah, I can never leave the past behind. Yeah, that's, Shake It Off. Shake It Off. That's a song coming through. He's giving you that song. So go and listen to that song after this. It's always darkest before the dawn. There's this thing of like not being able to get momentum and move forward into the future, pile one, because you're so focused on what you've left behind. You're so focused on who you used to be and how closely you used to attach your identity to the way that you used to feel, to the person you used to be, to the mistakes that you've made in the past, instead of being able to he's saying, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Yeah, exactly. He's like, shake it off, just let it go. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake it off. Exactly. That's what he's saying. He's like, hey, let it go. You know what would really help is I like to do this as well. Whenever I'm feeling particularly heavy, whenever there's a day where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what's happening, but my energy is just not here. I will go ahead and dance. Yeah, it's like Grey's Anatomy, where Meredith and Christina, have you guys ever seen that show? Where they say like, hey, let's just dance it out. And they just like dance, right? And whenever something hard is happening, they just dance. And that's what I've been doing, is I've been doing this thing where I just put on Spotify, shuffle it, and then I let my spirit guides choose the music, and I just dance to whatever comes through. And usually I choose like an upbeat playlist, and then I'll shuffle it from there, so it's all upbeat songs that I'm dancing to, but I'll just jump around. I don't even care how I look. I don't care if other people think I'm crazy, if they look through the window and happen to see me dancing. I just don't care, because at that moment, I'm all about trying to get that stagnant energy out of me. I'm all about telling myself how to feel. I'm all about making myself like, just like get that energy moving so it doesn't stay stuck, right? And afterwards, I always feel better, right? I may not feel happy. I may not feel joyful or bliss, but at least I feel like, you know what? That's a weight that's been lifted off. Thank you that I at least have that. You know what I mean? So Pile 1, I really feel like that's coming through as well, that Lord Ganesha is saying that that's going to help you a lot. Some people call that chakra dancing. I just call it dancing in general. It helps my energy move about, helps it get less stagnant. But yeah, your breakthrough's on the other side. Your breakthrough's just about to happen, right? You just have to kind of kick. That's what we call, I used to do long distance in high school, and in long distance and sprinting, whenever you were on the last lap around the track, that your coach would say, okay, go ahead and kick, which means give it everything you've got for that last little bit, right? So that is definitely something coming through. Oh my gosh. Hi. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's almost like when you're in a TV show and like there's a guest appearance and you're almost like, welcome everyone to this person or whatever. I don't even know how they say it, but my friend, I lost a dear friend of mine junior year of high school for me many years ago, and her name was Arsh, and she did track with me, actually. So she was like giving me that analogy just now, like, hey, I got you. So anyway, so my friend is here, which is beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this tarot. Oh gosh. I'm trying not to get the oracle card near the flames because we have lots of candles going on today, since Diwali is all about the festival of like light, right? So I'm like, okay, let's go with the theme. Let's light more candles. But I don't want to get the oracle card in there, which is the hardest part. So anyway, Lord Ganesh, messages for pile number 1, please. Messages for pile number 1. Ganesha. Messages, thank you. Yeah, we have the 4 of Swords. Yeah, confined is what I just heard. Some of you feel confined. Some of you feel almost like boxed in. Yeah, there's like this like restraint around you that you feel. Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure. I don't know why Paramore is coming. Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. Sometimes my music choice is like, it wasn't that great, especially when I was younger. So yeah, anyway, I'm hearing Paramore, the song where she's, I can feel the pressure. It's getting close, louder now, closer now, something like that. Better off. Da, da, da. Yeah, something like that. But feel the pressure. That's coming through. So when feel the pressure, yeah, something that I'm getting with that is ultimately when you're giving birth, you're expanding, right? There's a lot of expansion happening when you're giving birth to something new. And that causes a lot of stretching, causes a lot of pain when you're pregnant. I've never been pregnant, so I can't speak from firsthand experience, but I've heard that when you have, you know, that baby growing inside of you, then you start to experience different like cramps and pains and just aching all over. And there's a lot of kind of like pressure that you feel in your belly because it's expanding and the muscle is growing. And I feel like that's what you guys have been feeling, confined. There's a lot of pressure. And what's happening is what you're giving birth to, what you're about to receive. Yeah, it's funny because it's almost like you're giving it out to the universe for the universe to give it right back to you, sort of a thing. Does that make sense? So it's like you're putting it out to have it be received by you again. And you feel all of this pressure because that is being grown within you. It's like evolving within you, being refined within you. And there's a lot of pressure that happens there too. Yeah, he's reminding me as well. Ganesha is saying, remember how diamonds are formed, right? It's a piece of coal. You put it under immense amounts of pressure, and then you get a diamond after all of that pressure has been applied. That's what's happening to you right now. That's why it feels uncomfortable, is because you're taking that raw coal and you're creating this beautiful gleaming diamond from it. You can't get that gemstone without a lot of work prior to receiving that, right? Or else you can't receive that beautiful blessing, that beautiful miracle in the first place. So in order to receive that, you need to go through the first part. Does that make sense? It's like that's what he's saying here. And then 2 of Wands, thank you. Yeah, 7 of Coins, what did I say? Fire of Purification. Can't make this stuff up, you guys. We also have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, exactly. Giving birth to your creation. Letting it out into the world. 2 of Wands. I wonder what that means. He's telling me to pull a couple more cards, so we'll see how that fits into our story here. I love creating stories in the spreads and finding connections. Kind of like what I was saying earlier, when I used to write essays, I would find connections between ideas, behind like symbolism and things that seemingly weren't connected. I think it's fascinating, and I really enjoy being able to find the bridge between the two, and being able to like weave a tapestry of thoughts together, if that makes sense, to show how they're all like connected in this beautiful story. It's always been something that I've enjoyed, and I think that's why I love tarot so much, and oracle spreads and readings, is because it's like piecing together a puzzle. And it's beautiful. I don't know. I think it's a beautiful art that I find to be very sacred, and I enjoy what I do. So I love this. Okay. Ooh, we got a lot going on. So we have, first of all, 5 of Cups. Yep, coming through. Okay. Then we also have, I'm going to take them just how they were laid out there. So we have the Emperor. And then we also have the 6 of Cups coming through. Okay. Back of the deck energy is Page of Coins in reverse. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. Alrighty. So let me just take a second. Okay. So first of all, what he's showing me is there's been a lot of pain, not just feeling confined, not just feeling this kind of pressure, a lot of like you feel weight on you, but there's a lot of emotional purging going on right now. And purging is the word that he's giving me specifically. Yeah, it's almost like for some of you, you may feel like you have people in your life that are pulling you down or who need too much from you right at this moment. And you're like, I just can't be there for you and be there for me at the same time. And so it's causing you a lot of emotional distress is what I'm hearing. So something that I'm definitely getting here is that because you're feeling so it's okay. He's showing me like a tennis ball, right? So right now you're experiencing a lot of deep pain. Like I said, a lot of darkness, heaviness, denseness around you. And it may not be obvious, right? It could be where you're like, you feel good in your day-to-day life, but in the back of your mind, it's like you kind of have that gnawing remembrance of like, oh, I know that energy is there, but even you may find some, days or some moments in your day where you do feel truly happy. You don't have to be in deep, dark midst of depression in order to be going through this energy. And that's something Ganesh wants to clarify here. But what he's saying is, like with the tennis ball, what happens is when you throw it down, just as far as you throw it down, it needs to balance itself by coming just as high up. So if you've been going through a lot of this denseness, a lot of this heaviness, you feel like people have been pulling on your energy, you feel like you just don't have enough of you to go around, there's a lot of pressure, there's just too much for you to handle right now, whatever goes down must come up. So that means whenever you do have your breakthrough, which, like I said, he said it's darkest just before the dawn, so your breakthrough is, like I said, right around the corner is what Ganesh is saying. And I don't say that lightly, right? I do not say that lightly. If I'm not getting that energy, I will not say it. I want to remind you, friends. So he is saying right around the corner is your breakthrough, right? And so you're going to experience this beautiful, Six of Cups, Emperor energy when you come out of the other side, right? And it's only through this purification process, through the Ace of Wands, this is going to be your manifestation that you create out of abundance. And I think it's interesting here. This is not a moon, I don't think, in the Ace of Wands, but I think it's interesting that we have the moon here in the Five of Cups, and then it transforms to the Ace of Wands. And that's that whole transmutation, alchemy happening as well, where you're taking, or rather, what you're birthing, what you're creating is taking something that ultimately was associated with heaviness or negativity or a lot of sadness, a lot of deep, darkness around you, and it's being transformed into this bright, beautiful light right here. And I think it's interesting that there are roses around this as well, because he said before, and there's roses here in the Six of Cups. That's wild, because he was saying before, when you're giving birth, it's not all cherries and roses. But yes, that's exactly what's happening here. You're giving birth to this beautiful, beautiful, I want to say abundance, but it's more than abundance. It's like this beautiful, like clicking something into place is what it feels like. You feel like your energy has been off kilter. You feel unbalanced. And it's like everything, that's it. Everything is balancing itself out again. What comes up must go, or what goes down must come up. And it's almost like this balancing act is happening between those two energies. Very, very interesting. Yes. And then with the Two of Wands here happening as well, it's like you're being able to, number one, I see this as, even though this is a man depicted here, I see this as a balance between the masculine and the feminine energy within you. So I think that that's interesting. And number one, we have two here, and then we also have two people here, and then two as well here. So twos are really prominent in this reading for you. Twos maybe, if you follow numerology or you do any sort of like finding lucky numbers, then two might resonate with you a lot. But that's for sure coming through here as a direct confirmation. That you have both of these energies being balanced within you, right? Masculine and feminine energy, this dark and this lightness. And I find it funny and so coincidental. I don't believe in coincidences, but it's so synchronistic that Diwali is all about going from darkness to light. And that's exactly the epitome of this reading right here. From darkness to light, we have this duality depicted here in these three cards with the two heads and the two people and two people. Yes, and I think it's so funny that exactly. And then we also have here the crow up above. Crows get a bad rep. I say this all the time, but you have this darkness up above, and it's like coming forth into this beautiful light, right? And it's like there's this perception happening with you too. There's this ability to be able to, it's like there's this great perspective shift happening where you're able to understand what it's all for. Exactly. So you're able to understand what it's all for. You've made it to the mountaintop. Finally, you are making it to the mountaintop. And now you can look down back through your journey and understand why everything had to happen the way that it did in order for you to arrive at the place that you have arrived. Because sometimes we wouldn't be able to, number one, appreciate the lessons or the blessing as much if we hadn't gone through those trials. Or if we're meant to be teachers, we wouldn't be able to effectively pass on those teachings to other people if we weren't aware of that deep darkness that had to happen before that breakthrough. But I am seeing this balance in your energy, which is so beautiful. I love this. I love this happening here. Yes. So Lord Ganesh, messages for pile number one, please. Messages for pile number one. Messages for pile number 1. Da, 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 da. Thank you. Yeah, number 23. Be present. Be present, pile 1. Be present. Oh, it's so easy to say, I know, but it's so true. When we're present with ourselves, it's funny because depression is when you're living too much in the past. Anxiety is when you're living too much in the future, and you're not able to enjoy what's happening right here, right now. Yeah, but it's like what's happening, and I get it because what's happening right now is not very pleasant, but it's almost like being able to find the softness in the pain. In yoga, when we're holding very, very difficult poses, a lot of times we're told to breathe, we're told to soften our gaze, right? Soften your gaze, breathe. These are all things that allow us to be able to flow into the discomfort, flow into the pain, and we actually feel less of the pain when we guard our minds in that way, and we soften our focus. I let my mind go blank at those moments, and I don't feel anything. I just focus on breathing, and I focus my attention on just being present, on being in the moment. And when you're able to identify with being in the moment and being present, and finding softness in the midst of the chaos, that actually helps you cope, I think, through the days, versus focusing on the chaos. Being in it's like being in the eye of the storm, Ganesh just said. He's referencing in a tornado. It's like when you're in the middle of the tornado, there's just quiet. There's stillness. You can't hear anything, and you see beauty all around. Well, not beauty, but I mean, like you see the trees as if it's untouched. You see the house. It hasn't been moved yet, and everything is just still and calm. But around it, the tornado is going, right? And the eye of the storm is going to change, right? Because storms move. They don't stand still. But at least what you can do is, and that's a funny synchronicity coming through here too, is it's like Ganesh is saying your storm is always going to be moving. So you'll always have to find a new eye of the storm. But if you focus and you concentrate and you discipline your attention, he's saying if you discipline your attention to that eye, to that center, to that sacred middle, he's saying you'll always be able to find a little bit of peace amongst the noise. Okay, so let's see, messages from Lord Ganesh. Messages from Lord Ganesh, please. Thank you. Number 5. Yeah, we have take the lead. Take the lead coming through. Back of the deck energy, we have flow with divine timing. Yeah, exactly. So what I was saying before with flowing, finding ease in the discomfort, being able to allow it to just move through you, right? So being able to flow with that. Also, trusting in the timing. I did a goddess reading the other week. So if this reading is resonating with you, check that out because there's definitely a pile in there for you. But when we talk about divine timing, it's never something we want to hear. A lot of times, like I said, your energy to me feels like you've been jogging through this marathon and you're like, I am done. I'm really tired. You know what I mean? And so it's almost like he's saying, just give it one more burst of energy. And it's like your breakthrough is right around the corner. And it's hard to hear that because with divine timing, we always are not sure how long it's going to last and all of that. But it's like he's saying you've been doing such a good job up until this point, just working with the divine flow, working with what will unfold in the way that it's meant to. And he's saying, but right now, understand there's no more, you don't have to be patient any longer. You don't have to be weary any longer because it's just right there. It's just right there. Just go that last little bit and it is there for you. Just take it. It's yours for the taking is what I'm hearing. It's yours, right? And then you're going to be in this beautiful emperor energy. And I find it funny that we were talking about metals being purified. We have the coins. And I know they're not coins, but they're showing it to me as coins. They're at the bottom of the fire going through the purification process, right? Fire as well here with that manifestation coming through with the Ace of Wands. But also, look, he's holding that beautiful sword. It's like your sword as the emperor is being crafted, is being honed right now. Yeah, it's being honed. Interesting. Specific word I just got. It's being honed from that fire to be able to create this authoritative energy within you to where you're this wise, authoritative being when you come out of this. Yeah, and I notice here, Ganesh is showing me, he's like, look at what is around the hilt of the sword, those beautiful jewels. Exactly. So that's what's happening with you right now, is it's like that sword, that wisdom is being honed within you so that you can help other people, so that you can experience the beauty of what you've worked so hard for, whatever that means for you. Take that how it resonates. But it's like, yeah, take the lead. It's almost like there's this cosmic dance happening here. And he said cosmic dance to me for a specific reason. Yeah, and also here with be present, there's the flower of life, sacred geometry there in the background. Flower of life is all about creation. The flower of life is, it's definitely a sacred geometry that you see in a lot of creation, in terms of the energy structure of like plants or our human bodies. Like I was reading something the other day where it's like the human DNA, when you cut it in half, like that cross half that is shown is the flower of life. So everything is a hologram. The universe is a hologram, right? And so the very smallest particle, the very smallest piece is going to reflect the whole, as above, so below, right? As within, so without, that Hermetic principle. Which is interesting that that's showing itself here. So there's definitely, like I said, that divine creation being birthed within you. And there's this cosmic dance, this flowing. Yeah, exactly. So there's this dancing happening here, this dance between you and the universe happening here. Do you see how she's dancing on the right-hand side on this right card here? And they're dancing here together. You're flowing with it, pile one. You've been doing such a beautiful job of being patient, of flowing with it, of doing your best to cope, is what I'm hearing. It is getting to be a lot for you, but it's not to the point where it's unbearable every single day. It's to the point where you've allowed yourself to be able to develop healthy ways of coping with what you're going through. But it's like, it's no longer needed now. It's all coming to a close because you've been so patient, and now you're being rewarded with this beautiful creation that you have crafted within yourself. Okay. Oh, got a notification there. Got to move that. Okay. So a couple last messages from Lord Ganesh, please. Couple last messages for pile number one, please. Couple last messages for pile number one. Pile number one. Pile number one. Pile number one. I think I'm going to do a sound healing again. I honestly don't care about what video gets what views, how popular it is, because for me, I feel that this is sacred work. And whenever I get the pull that there is work to be done in the collective, I want to honor that. So the sound healings, the meditations, I'm going to be doing some more of those coming out either this week or next week, depending. But I just feel that there's a real need for that right now in the collective. So no matter how well they continue to do, I've only done one sound healing, but in the future, regardless of how popular it is or whatever, I'm going to still do them because I know that there are souls out there who need to hear, this specific words of the meditation or the sound healing. And it's like, I feel like it's insulting to the spirits that I work with if they put things on my heart and then I just don't follow through with them. So just know that you will be seeing those coming down the pipeline moving forward. So we have number 45, Passion Flower, but this is in reverse. Yeah, I find it funny that there's so many flower imageries coming through here. Yeah, and I think it's so interesting. That it's in reverse. Yeah, there's flowers coming through here. It's in reverse. You see the hands on either side of the flowers, again, holding the flowers, holding that creation. And I think for some of you, what he's trying to say here too is it's almost like this passion has been dimmed. Like this light within you has been dimmed. You feel, yeah, but it's almost like the light within you hasn't been dimmed. What's happening is you're just immersed in the fire right now. All you can see is the flame. So you can't see the burning light within your soul. Wow. That's powerful. That wasn't me. I'm not that smart. That came through me. That was not of me. But no, especially with all this light here as well, around her head, on her heart chakra, her belly, her third eye there. there's so much light around you, but it's like almost like you feel that it's been dimmed within you, but no, 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 no. The flame around you is actually purifying what's within. And then it's almost like what's going to happen is that's going to grow. That pressure is growing within. That flame is purifying everything within. All you can see is that flame, and it's disarming. It's a lot, right? But then what's going to happen is boom, it's going to burst out. It's going to be like, right? Fireworks is what I just heard. Fireworks coming out. And then it's going to be this beautiful, beautiful like emanation of color and energy and, you know what I mean? Like that's what he's making me feel like. That's you. That's going to be you. It's just this beautiful like fwa of energy and color. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. We have 43. We have sanctuary here. Yeah, so heart chakra is coming through. We have that heart down below. And then we have the double helix of the DNA there in the center, if you can see that. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, bottom of the deck, what do we have there? 50, wheels of light. Yes. Okay, light coming through here again. Interesting. You know what? I think I might do a meditation on light body work, because that's definitely been something else that's been coming through here as well with the recent collective energy shift that we've been experiencing. But yeah, it's like being able to have this sanctuary within the chaos. The eye of the storm again is coming through. Exactly. And it's like here, do you see this light right at the top of her crown chakra? Yeah, it's being able to master that energy within your mind. What we focus on gets bigger. And what happens is we can actually, two people can go through the same experience, but one person can have a totally different experience or experience different emotions depending on what they focus on, depending on their thought life, which I've always thought was so fascinating. But that's almost like what Ganesha is saying here. He's saying, guard your mind, protect what you think, because it matters so much. You may be feeling this loss of passion right now, but it's important to remember that there's this peace. Yeah, and there's this white dove here at the top of the double helix of the DNA. It's like finding this peace within yourself, finding yourself in the eye of the storm, being able to find that center within yourself. It's painful as heck as you're giving birth, but you're right there at the end, and being able to have that lightness within the chaos, right? Softening your gaze, like my yoga teachers always tell me, soften your gaze when we're holding a difficult pose. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my muscles are shaking and this is so uncomfortable. Soften your gaze, focus on your breathing, and then drop into that heart space. Allow that to pull you through. That heart space here is what's going to pull you through that dropping in, so you can be present with yourself, so you can release. That's going to help you. Dancing is going to drop you into your heart space, pile number 1, okay? Definitely some key messages coming through here from Ganesh. That was a very dramatic thump of the cards on the table. So sorry if that came through. You know what? I was going to cut the deck, but he just did that. So we're going to roll with it. So what he's saying here, yeah, exactly. Okay. I see why he wanted this to come through. So we have inner beauty with this energy coming through, and Ganesh is saying, I open the eyes of my heart and direct my gaze to the light within every being. Personality and physical appearance are in the image of man. Beauty and goodness are in the image of God. Yeah, it's being able to find this inner grace within yourself, this inner acceptance of your own divine presence, your own divine space in this world, your own inner beauty, so that you can not think less of yourself, right? Not get into that comparison mode of, oh my gosh, my messy middle looks nothing like that other person's polished finish, kind of a thing. That's the energy coming through here. It's focusing on the inner beauty within you and being able to find the grace within the mess, right? Focus on the beauty within the chaos. Oh my gosh, what's that movie with Will Smith? So good. Collateral Beauty. Look for the collateral beauty, pile 1, okay? It hurts right now. It's messy. It doesn't look pretty, but there's always good that comes out of what seems to be darkness, of what seems to be pain, okay? So those are powerful messages coming through from Ganesha to your beautiful little hearts. So pile 1, it's been such an honor to tap into your energy. Do like and subscribe to see more videos like this. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next reading. Pile one, I just was putting these cards away and I noticed there were two cards that flipped. Oh, again, dramatic flourish with the cards. There was Inner Beauty that popped up, but right behind it, look, it was those two cards that popped up together, and the rest of them are the other way. But Balance came up as well, which is what we were talking about before with that energy. Between masculine and feminine, softness and light, right? So I find a balance between each sphere of my life. I am the master of my daily life. I make time to nourish the spiritual and the physical. I bring love to my world by fulfilling the needs of my body and soul. So just a further confirmation for that message from Lord Ganesh to you. All right. Love you so much. All right, hello, my beautiful pile number twos. So if you chose this wonderful tumbled rose quartz, I was about to say clear quartz. No, Elizabeth, it is rose quartz. It's a very like a light pink, but it is definitely still rose quartz. Then this is for sure your reading. So let's see what you got here. Interesting. So we have number 9, the offering, which is interesting because that's the back of the deck of this oracle collection, which is I think it's a Cosmic Dancer oracle. Interesting. That song is coming through. I can't remember who sings it, but Lakshmi is pointing me to the song, oh, come to the altar, the Father's arms are open wide. Yeah, come to the altar is what I'm hearing. Yeah, leave behind your regrets and mistakes. Okay, it's interesting. So what I'm getting here is this feeling of being able to casting all of your cares onto Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is the goddess of prosperity, health, and wealth. But what she's wanting you to do right now is actually to cast all of your heavy burdens onto her. It's very interesting and synchronistic that I almost feel like she's working with Ganesh right now to have similar messages, because this almost feels like it's a sister message to pile one, which I find fascinating and beautiful that they're wanting to work together in that way in this reading, that they wouldn't do separate messages kind of unrelated. But she's wanting you to cast your cares, give everything to her. Yeah, it's almost like this offering of rose petals that you see in her hands. It's giving her your pain. She wants to take that pain from you, pile number 2, because she sees how much it's been hurting you. I heard haunting you for some of you. It's been very painful, right? And it's been a lot for you to deal with, but she's saying like, hey, I got you. It's that Sonny and Cher song, oh my gosh, from the 70s. I got you, babe. Da, 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 da. I got you, babe. That's what she's saying. She's like, I got you, babe. Like, no need to worry. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Yeah. Oh my gosh. If you're in trouble, I'll be there on the double. Yeah, that's Lakshmi. She is so beautiful. I love her energy. But she's like, yeah, come to me. Like, don't be afraid to just cast all of that worry, anxiety, depression, fear onto me, because I'm going to take it. I'm going to turn it into something better. I'm going to transmute that into something beautiful, and I'm going to gift it back to you in the form of a blessing. Wow. That's powerful. So yeah, dang. So that's exactly what's happening. She's wanting to transform all of that pain in your life right now, and she's going to turn it into something beautiful and then gift it to you back for you to receive in the form of a blessing. That's what Lakshmi is doing for you right now. So if you're going through a challenging time right now, if you're going through kind of a dark space, then she's saying, don't worry, go ahead and give that to me. Go ahead and let me have all of your burdens. Because right now it's almost like for some of you, I'm seeing Atlas from Ayn Rand's book, Atlas Shrugged, which is on the front of the cover. It's this man, and he's holding the weight of the world in between his shoulder blades on his back. And it's like, that's what I see you guys doing is pile two. You guys are having like kind of this big weight on you. And she's wanting you. Lakshmi is saying, go ahead and cast that off. You know, just shrug your shoulders off. Yeah. And go ahead and give that to me. So interesting. Yeah, I think Lakshmi is working with Ganesh on a lot of you right now to kind of transmute a lot of these heavy burdens, a lot of these heavier energies. And I think you guys are very heavily affected by the energy shift that's happening right now. So I think for sure a collective reading in regards to that is going to help here as well. That's just direct confirmation coming through on that too. But yeah, it's this energy of being able to like, don't even worry, like she's got you. Just go ahead and allow yourself to kind of fall back. Yeah, it's almost like she's showing me, do you see in here, like the folds of her dress here? Just go ahead and fall back into being held. Yeah, just be held, exactly. I'm in better hands now is what I just heard. I can't remember other lyrics to the song, but I'm in better hands now keeps playing over and over in my mind. So she's saying, yeah, I got you. You're in better hands now. You're safe. You're okay. And I'm hearing twinkle, twinkle, little star. So for some of you, this may be inner child work that's coming up as well. But there's definitely some reference of casting all of this heaviness onto her. If you're going through a bout of shadow work as well, and you feel like you've hit kind of an impasse or you're at a standstill and you're like, I don't know how to get past this crossroads that I'm at, or this is like too much for me to handle by myself. She's like, all good. Give that to me. I'll go ahead and transform that pain for you. Okay. So that's for sure a powerful message from Lakshmi coming through. And it's almost like she's saying she's like water for your soul. She's like a waterfall. Yeah. So what you can do is you can visualize you standing underneath a waterfall and just being cleansed, or even in the shower. Yeah. In the shower, go ahead and stand under the water to where it's like you ever do that where it's like you stand under the water in such a way to where the water kind of runs over the front of your face and it just feels like you're standing in the middle of a waterfall. I've done that sometimes, especially when I was a kid. I used to pretend that I was standing in a waterfall, but you can do that. You can actually do that. Visualize yourself standing in the middle of a waterfall. She is that water coming down like rain, just purifying and cleansing everything that you don't need. And then allow all of that water to go down through the drain, and allow Lakshmi to just take that away for you. Yeah. So that you can let go of that, because she's like, you're holding on to things that you don't need, pile two. You can let go of everything you don't need. You're holding on to something that's not yours, and you don't need to hold on to that. Some of you may find, yeah, she's like, some of you may find that your pain is a badge of honor, that what you've had to go through is a badge of honor, or how much you can handle is seen for yourself as a badge of honor. Look at how strong I am. Look at how much I've endured and how much I've overcome, which is beautiful. That is so beautiful to have that type of energy. But what she's saying is, what you're doing is you've gone from having seasons in your life where you've had to endure, and where that's been a needed energy, and you're trying to take that same energy with what you've done in past seasons with, and it doesn't work in this current season that you're in right now. Yeah, it's like she's saying you're trying to take that old energy and trying to bring it forth into this new energy, but it's not working the same. The energy is different here. What's required of you is a little bit different here. You don't have to be the strong one. You don't have to be together every moment of every day. You can actually just allow yourself to let that go, to have it be released. And if you feel like you're going through shadow work and your mental brain, your 3D brain doesn't know how to transmute it or heal it, give it to Lakshmi, give it to your spirit guides, give it to your angels. She actually is part of your divine spirit team, I'm hearing, part of your protection team that's helping you a lot with your shadow work. So go ahead and involve your angels, your spirit guides, Lakshmi, who's she said, I'm heading up the charge here. So Lakshmi's heading up the charge, but your spirit guides and your angels are right behind her. I see it as like a triangle. She's here at the front of the triangle, but it's like you have like this wave, this like, what do they call it? Flank out or something in military. It's like these flanks of spiritual warriors ready at the hand to serve you, to help you. And so she's saying that go ahead and just allow them to be able to transmute it for you. That's a very powerful thing as well. We don't have to consciously in our 3D mind heal all of our shadow work. If it's too much for us, if we can't deal with it, we can call in support, we can call in help, and they're going to help us subconsciously heal things from past lives, from childhood repressed memories that we aren't even consciously aware of, that may be causing those blocks in our shadow work to begin with, right? So they can help with all of that. Even if it is conscious stuff, if it's tough for you to work through, they can help you with that, okay? They're like, don't forget that you can call in support. You don't have to carry everything on your shoulders. You don't have to be the one to heal all of this yourself, okay? You can actually have, yeah, I heard the Beatles, I get by with a little help from my friends. I won't say the next part because that's inappropriate and it's not in the context of this reading. But yeah, they're your friends. They're wanting to help you through this, right? They're your buddies. They want to see you successful. They want to see you win, and they want to help you, okay? So very powerful. Let's go ahead. Thank you. Yeah, we have the Ten of Swords coming through here. I was telling Pile One, I think tarot reading is such an art because I used to write essays for English, and I would love to be able to find connections between symbolisms and different ideas and emotions and thoughts that seemingly weren't connected, but I found it fascinating to be able to turn it into a puzzle and create connections where it didn't seem like there was any. So for me, it's like tarot is like each spread, each reading is like a story for me. And it's like being able to see how the story flows, put together connections, and have it make sense, right? I always find that it's like such sacred work being able to do this. And I love that. I love that piece of it. It is very special for me. So Ganesha, Lord Ganesh. Ooh, too many. Do you want me to? No? Okay. Almost, but oh my gosh, what's happening? Almost, but no cigar. Do you see this? The cards just keep flying up, but it's like almost, but not quite there. Oh, do you see that? She's playing with me now. Did I say, oh, that's why. Lakshmi, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, honey. I just asked Lord Ganesh for messages when this is Lakshmi's reading. She's like, excuse me. That's probably why she wouldn't give me any more cards. She was like, not until you say my name correctly. Not until you remember who's here giving you the messages. I'm so sorry. Goddess Lakshmi, my dear, you know I love you so much. Please, thank you. Do you see that? I can't make this stuff up. Yeah, I felt her energy. She was like, won't give you any cards until you say my name properly. So we have the Tower in reverse. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. We have the Nine of Swords coming through. I have a feeling this is going to be a bigger spread, so we're going to squeeze on in. Everybody feel the love. Feel the love. We have the Four of Cups coming through here as well. I'm sorry, Four of Coins. Four of Pentacles. And then we have the King of Cups. No, she's saying this one first. Nine of Coins in reverse. Show it to you right side up. Nine of Coins in reverse. And then we have the King of Cups rounding that out. It's beautiful. Okay, and then back of the deck. Let's see what we've got going on. Yeah, we have the Six of Wands. Yes. Oh my goodness, celebration. Freedom is what I just heard. Beyonce's song. Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah, freedom is coming through for you guys. Freedom, freedom, where are you? I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Yeah. I can't remember the rest of the words, but that whole song is coming through here. So definitely go and listen to that song after this. Lakshmi is bringing that through. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, It's so funny. She was honoring what I was saying before. She's literally making this a story for me. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. This is beautiful. Let's dive in together, shall we, friends? Let's do this. So we start out chapter 1 with the Ten of Swords here. We have the Tower in reverse. Lots of struggle, right? Lots of pain, like what I was feeling before. She's wanting to take all of this dense emotion from you. I'm hearing heavy childhoods for a lot of you. There's a lot of pain even in relationships, even now. And for a lot of you, I'm also hearing like romantic relationships, like toxic. You're dealing with a lot of toxicity, a lot of people not understanding your worth, your value. And that's coming through here too. It's like people having the power over you. If you can see here, this person holding that right there, I don't even know what that is. It doesn't look good. Some sort of weapon. And then you see these kind of spears in this water with these hands trying to claw at the boat. And it's like, these toxic relationships of people, like manipulative people liking to see you in pain, or seeing you kind of tap dance or walk on eggshells. It's like you're dealing with, some of you, narcissistic people. I'm not even gonna lie, that is the energy coming through here. Lots of narcissism, manipulative energy, people liking to play like mind games, head games, and it's causing a lot of distress for you. You're like, what's happening? You know, some of this was in childhood, some of it's as you're here now as an adult, and it's a combination, right? Because as children, we kind of develop coping mechanisms, we develop patterns, you know, for dealing with things, and not all of it is healthy. And as we work through it and we start to heal it, yeah, it's tough to be able to work through those core patterns and those coping mechanisms. And so it's tough. It's very dense. But it's like, yeah, with the Nine of Swords here, it's almost like you're now transforming. Yeah, there's a lot here happening where it's like this going within, this needing to take back your energy. Yeah, pull back your energy, pile 2. Lakshmi is highlighting that. That's a heavy emphasis for almost every one of you watching this pile. Take back your power, pull back your energy, pile 2. You do not need to be of service all the, yeah, so many confirmation shells. You do not need to be of service to people all the time. When you're giving, people aren't giving back, or even if people are giving back, if you're feeling exhausted or tired, or if you feel like I can't give as much as I used to, and people are making me feel shameful about it, guilty about it, no one else matters, pile 2. All that matters is your inner peace, right? And this is you taking back your power. Do you see around here? They're very sad. And I don't think that the Nine of Swords, it's not meant to depict what she's coming through with, but that's why I think tarot is fascinating, because depending on the energy you're working with, they give you different messages. But she's saying here, it's almost like paying no mind to these people around and being able to just find that center within yourself, being able to let go, find stillness, release. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and exactly. Do you see how she's kind of encaved, enclosed in the wings of that bird? She's like held very safely within those wings. That's you. It's being able to go within yourself and being able to, yeah, have all of this beautiful wealth growing inside of your spirit, right? And that's in the form of inner stillness. That's in the form of peace. That's in the form of feeling good, feeling okay with yourself, feeling like you are enough, pile 2, okay? And yeah, do you see this blossoming flowers coming all around her? Exactly. So there's that feeling of being able to pull back your energy, go within yourself. Maybe you don't go to every single friend event, or, you know, maybe you don't volunteer as much for your kids' school, at your kids' school, as you used to, or whatever the case is. You know, take it how it resonates. Maybe you don't take as many units this semester in college. That just came through for someone, direct confirmation for someone. You know, maybe you pull back your energy a little bit in terms of your study load. But it's going to look different for all of you. But being able to honor that within yourself, go within. And then it's like, yeah, right now you're in this phase. Lakshmi is showing me, she's showing me you're in this phase, this 9 of Coins energy in reverse. You feel this, like, you know, you see what's possible. You see that happiness that can exist. And you felt a little bit of it here while you've been pulling back your energy. Okay. Some of you are in that phase. So, okay. Yeah. Lakshmi is saying clarify here. So all of you are in this phase right now, right? You have been in this phase. Some of you are transitioning into this period of taking back, pulling back your energy, going within. Others of you are in this third phase of knowing this abundance is here, knowing that it's possible, but not understanding how to make it happen, knowing that good, healthy relationships are possible, knowing that your soulmate is right there, but you haven't seen them yet. You haven't met them yet. Yeah, I just heard Michael Bublé's "Just Haven't Met You Yet." No, that wasn't good. How does it go? Just haven't met you yet. That's the wrong key. Whatever. You know what I mean? You just haven't met them yet, but I'm hearing that you guys are about to meet. Someone's about to meet their soulmate. I don't know who that's for, but that just came through. That's kind of off the beaten path. That's a direct confirmation for somebody. Just haven't met you yet. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, 9 of coins in reverse. You see this abundance about to happen, but you're like, how do I get there? How do I get there? This King of Cups, the 6 of Wands is finally that coming into your own, being able to, when you go within yourself and when you feel kind of these remnants, it's aftershocks. That's what Lakshmi is saying. When you're feeling this kind of like this heaviness and you're like, I just feel so drained and so exhausted. It's these aftershocks of this energy that you've already worked through. It's kind of like an earthquake, right? You have the initial shock and then you have ba-boom, 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 right? The aftershocks in the earth that happen. That doesn't mean that it's coming up for you again and that you haven't made any progress, pile 2. I feel some of you feel that you haven't made any progress, or that you feel like you keep going through the same things over and over again. And you're like, I thought I was past this. What's going on? It's the aftershocks happening, and the aftershocks of the energy. Give those aftershocks up to her. That's what's happening. Give those remaining, those remnants of energy, that residue of energy. And I don't know why, but I keep getting like feeling very thirsty in this reading too. So there could be something to do with maybe needing to drink more water, or there could be work that you need to do within your throat chakra here of being able to address these toxic relationships appropriately, to be able to, if you're in this phase of going from this toxic energy into pulling back your energy, Lakshmi is working on your throat chakra to be able to healthily communicate to these relationships, these groups, to these people that, hey, I need time for just me right now. And I'm not selfish. I'm not to be shamed. I can't feel guilty for doing this because this is my own form of self-love. Okay, so that's coming through for some of you. But at the end of this reading, we have the King of Cups and the 6 of Wands, all about, hey, hail, the coming, I don't even know, the warrior princess or prince coming in to celebrate their return. You know what I mean? Like, you've made it type of a thing. Oh my gosh, that Panic at the Disco song is coming through. Look out, mom, I made it. Something like that, or something like I made it is coming through. I can't remember how he sings it, but that's coming through. Anyway, okay. So we have number 12 from Lakshmi as well, choreograph. And I think it's interesting that we have Metatron's cube here as the sacred geometry in the center. Do you guys see that? Very, very powerful. I love meditating with Metatron's cube. What I'll do is I'll just go to, honestly, Google Images, and I will literally just like pull up on my phone like this image of Metatron's cube, and I'll just stare at it and I'll meditate. I'll let my mind kind of zone out and I'll meditate on that sacred geometry. And consciously, it may seem like nothing is happening, but subconsciously, your neurons recognize that sacred geometry, right? They recognize those energy grids, that energy pattern. And so it's doing work within you on a cellular level that you may not even be aware of. So, wow, that's specific confirmation for somebody to do that. That's a very specific type of meditation. I don't do that kind of meditation often, but I'm hearing for someone that's going to really help you with what you're going through right now with all of this, okay? And then we have number 36, we have play. Yeah, so what I'm feeling too is it's this being able to like, choreograph. So it's being able to like, you call the shots, pile 2, you direct your life. You're the one who's, the Rihanna song is coming through. Why can I not remember like any of these song lyrics usually. She's like, I don't know what she's doing to my brain, but something's happening. Because usually I can sing these songs and with no problem. But it's like that Rihanna song where she's like, I call the shots like bra bra bra. Like that's coming through. That may not even be the lyric. Anyway, you're the one in charge of the show here, okay? You're the ringmaster. You're the ringleader, pile 2. You're the one who's like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is who I am. This is my value. These are my boundaries. Take it or leave it. Yeah. Take me, baby, or leave me. Coming through from Rent. Hey, love that musical. Take me for what I am, who I was meant to be. And if you give a damn, take me, baby, or leave me. Yeah. So that's coming through. Like, you are not going to take any more ish from these people, right? You are going to walk out of their lives, and you're just, well, for some of you, that is not a direct message coming through. For some of you, you may need to separate yourself from these toxic relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, family members. Take that how it resonates. For others of you, pulling back your energy is well and good. That's just enough, okay? I don't want to direct you towards something that may not be what your intuition is guiding you towards. And as always, use your inner guidance, your inner compass, your inner knowing. That's going to always lead you towards the right thing, okay? It's always going to lead you in the right direction. So 36, we have play here as well. So what I'm really getting with that and with choreograph is like, you're the master of your life. You're the master of where you are going. You're not at the mercy of other people. You're in this process of taking back your power, pulling back your energy, walking into this place of being able to have this kind of like this celebration happening for you, where you're coming out of the other side. You're giving all of this aftershock shadow work energy to Lakshmi, and you're able to just in the meantime allow yourself to play a little bit. Like, understand that it doesn't have to be work all the time. Yeah, it doesn't have to work. Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be that all the time, pile 2. Okay, you can allow a little bit of play in there where you just allow yourself to let go, soften, relax, because this is coming through for you. It's coming through very quickly, and it's going to be even faster if you call in your spirit guides and Lakshmi to help you with kind of transforming that heavy energy that you feel within yourself right now. Yeah, and then we have number 34. Beautiful. We have feel. Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is beautiful. Exactly. So we have feel, and that's what she's wanting you to do. She's wanting you to kind of feel, but in the not in the sense of like feel all of the pain, because I feel like you guys have been in that midst of like feeling your pain, feeling your feelings. And that's necessary because we can't brush them under the rug, or else it's only going to get bigger. We have to be able to experience the fullness of whatever we're feeling in the moment. We have to honor whatever season of life we're in at the moment, all right? Because that's how we're going to be able to get through it faster, like quicksand, right? Or I was just watching Harry Potter the other night, and it was the Sorcerer's Stone. You know how when Harry, Ron, and Hermione fall into the Devil's Snare at the end, like they get past Fluffy and they're coming down into the dungeon and they're in the Devil's Snare, and Hermione is like, relax, because the vines are going around their bodies and they're panicking, they're writhing, and they're like, right? And Hermione's like, no, the more you fight, the more it's gonna wrap around you and get tighter. You need to relax your bodies. And once they relaxed their bodies, they were able to go through to the next part of the dungeon, okay? That's what's coming through here. It's like being able to allow those emotions, feel those emotions, but don't get caught up in them. Yeah, oh my gosh. Usher's Caught Up is coming in my head right now. What is happening, Lakshmi? What's going on? She loves music, I guess. She's popping all these songs in my head. I'm so caught up, got me feeling it, caught up. She's like, don't move on until you sing the song. Oh my gosh, okay. All right, Lakshmi. Beautiful. So yeah, play, feel. This is all about feeling like, I just heard Skittles Taste the Rainbow with the rainbow here in the background. Oh my gosh, so funny. But yeah, being able to feel the beauty of this richness side of life. And it's like, yeah, you don't have everything figured out right now, but that's okay. None of us do. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and go outside and like find a little bit of grace, you know, amidst all of this transition that's happening. Again, very kind of this flows really nicely with Ganesh's pile 1 reading. So if you resonate with this reading, I would encourage you to take a look at that message, because it's going to really just flow together quite nicely. I like the way that they've done this. This is beautiful. Yeah, and then we have number 29, Mermaid Hearts, water, all about the emotional body happening there. Heart space coming up again, just like in Ganesha's reading. Oh my goodness. Yes. It's funny because these messages are similar, but they're not the same. They're different. They complement each other. And I think that's how they meant it. Yeah. They just told me like cookies and cream. They're complementing each other, but yeah, mermaid hearts. And then we have number 35, dodecahedron, which represents the universe. Yeah, I just heard the universe is you. The universe is you. So this is all about single, like oneness consciousness. We are all the one, right? And what we do, how we experience life, it affects the all, right? And so with phase mandala coming through here too, number 2, with the moon cycles, it's being able to honor that holy perspective that you have. I was doing a Ascended Master reading the other day, and I think it was Melchizedek. I can't remember which pile he was, but it was Melchizedek's reading where he was saying, as an Ascended Master, he views humans' perspectives as holy perspectives of source is what he said. And I couldn't get that out of my mind because I was so humbled that an Ascended Master would view humans in that way. But they all do, because number one, they've been where we've been. Every single Ascended Master started out just like us, messy humans, right? But they just learned to be able to ascend enough, and they disciplined their minds enough to be able to ascend to a certain degree. But he was saying that the human consciousness, the human perspective is needed for the balance of the universe. And it's a holy perspective of source. And that's what's coming through here. It's like being able to understand that you don't need to feel shameful. You don't need to feel guilty for these feelings that you're having, because you are a holy perspective of the all, is what Lakshmi is saying. Yeah, she's like backing Melchizedek right up. So, hey, I just felt Melchizedek's energy real quick. Hey, nice to see you, sir. I get weird like addressing Ascended Masters sometimes. I feel like, oh my gosh, like they're my professors. It's like seeing your professors outside of class. I don't know why that energy feels that way for me. Bottom of the deck, we have number 5, Fire Keepers. Yeah, so it's being able to stoke this like this passionate, playful energy within you, to be able to feel kind of this effortless freedom. Yeah, freedom is coming through from Beyonce again. The freedom energy. Freedom, cut me loose. I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Yeah, and that's you. You're in this phase of like coming into your own, embracing this softness, but understanding that what you're going through right now isn't something you have to feel shameful about. It's a holy perspective of source, but play in the meantime, right? Play in the midst of all of this, because what's happening is when you allow your spirit guides and Lakshmi to help you with this last little bit of aftershock energy that's coming through your shadow work, they're going to help to do things subconsciously for you that consciously it would take you this long. Whereas for them, if you just give it to them with intention, it will take them like this much time, right? And then you're done. Poof. I just heard poof. You're done. Yeah, nailed it is coming. Oh my gosh, what is happening, Lakshmi? I wasn't expecting this much playful energy from her. But like Nicole Byer from Nailed It, I love her, but she's like, at the end of the challenges, you're done. You're done. That's what's coming through here. Yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and get a final message from Lakshmi. She's like, I can have fun too. She's like, I'm demonstrating for pile 2 what they need to do. She's like, I can have fun too. She's like, I don't need to be, serious and uptight all the time. Okay, that's fair. I love her energy. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Lakshmi, final message for pile number 2, please. Thank you. That was a good one. Yeah, attention. And then we have this energy coming through. It says, I am attentive to all that manifests within me. When negativity rises within me, I transform it into light, love, and hope. My love for others is unconditional. I forgive. My desire to improve is constant. I am firm, brave, and hard working. Yes. I am attentive to all that manifests within me. Yeah, when negativity rises within me, I transform it into light, love, and hope. Yes. Exactly. It's being able to understand, pile one, that, yeah, where your energy, where your focus and your attention goes, energy flows. Okay. Where your focus and your attention goes, energy flows. That manifests within you. That's how, two people, what I was saying at the beginning of the reading, two people can have the same experience, but have two totally different takeaways, two totally different ways that they've experienced the same set of circumstances, because it's all about understanding the way that your mind works, being able to honor yourself and call attention to what's needed. And right now, understanding that you have the power is what's needed. That's what needs your attention, pile two. Understanding that it's okay to play is what's needed, pile two. Understanding that you are past that season of having that badge of honor, be that you are the strong one, that you can take so many hits and still come back swinging. This season is where you give all of what's holding you back, all of what's bringing you down, to your angels, to your spirit guides, to Lakshmi, to be able to transmute it, because you are a holy perspective of source. Honor the season that you're in right now, pile two, because this Six of Wands, yeah, and Seven of Cups energy is waiting for you on the other side, okay? All right. My beautiful souls, it's been such an honor to be able to tap into your energy here. Do like and subscribe to see more videos like this. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next reading. All right, hello, my beautiful pile number threes. So if you chose this beautiful bumblebee tiger's eye, then this is going to for sure be your reading. And like I said, we're doing things a little different today. So let's see. This is actually a collaboration message between Ganesh and Lakshmi. So this is both of them coming through together. Pile one was Ganesh, pile two was Lakshmi. This third one is them kind of doing a dance together, is what they just said. They're going to dance for us and give us a message from both of them. So let's see what we have here. We have number one, interesting, clear the vessel. Yeah, lots of light has been highlighted in this reading. And I think I'm going to do a collective meditation that I'm going to post either this week or next week to do some light body work, because I feel like the energy shift we've been feeling lately has really been involving a lot of hits to our light bodies, and we need to properly build those up and protect those and work on them. So they're calling us to be able to clear the vessel. So I see this in kind of like different prongs of what they're saying. So number one, it's being able to honor the vessel that is our body, right? So being able to eat foods that agree with us, right? I love ramen just as much as you do. I don't know why ramen is coming through specifically, but maybe someone out there loves ramen, or it's a direct confirmation for someone. But yeah, ramen is coming through, like definitely like carb things like French fries. I love those foods too, but we have to understand that when we're working with our chakra systems, with our light bodies, when we're wanting to feel healthy and, energized, that sometimes those foods may not agree with our systems and they may make us feel weighed down, feel denser, feel heavy. So being able to eat foods that agree with us, like fruits and vegetables and whole foods, staying away from processed foods as much as we can. I know that that's been a big shift in diet for me, because I used to do a lot of like processed like meals with processed foods that were like packaged already, and they were kind of healthy-ish. And I was like, I don't have time to make anything, and this is like good enough. But what I learned is that there's a lot of preservatives, chemicals, additives in those processed meals, those ready to eat kind of things. And so I've learned to eat more whole foods and basically just add the seasonings myself and add the marinades and sauces myself. And it's actually been a fun adventure. So I can still improve in that area, but That's definitely coming through, is being able to, honor your body, honor what honors you, which is your body. Your body is your one, vehicle throughout this life. So go ahead and treat it well. Okay. That's for sure coming through. Yeah, they're saying eat your vegetables, eat your greens. So that's definitely for someone. But, also clearing the vessel of our minds, right? Clearing the vessel of our minds, understanding that what we think grows bigger, right? Lakshmi was telling us in the previous reading, where our attention goes, energy flows. And what's important is we need to understand that our thinking has a direct impact on how we experience and perceive what's happening to us, right? So that's a huge, huge takeaway. And it's not to compare, right? We don't want to compare our journey to anyone else's, but we want to be the best us that we can be, right? We want to do the best that we can do. And that starts with being able to watch what we think, watch how we speak to ourselves. How do you talk to yourself? Do you talk to yourself like you're your best friend? Because if not, then, maybe that's an area, that's an opportunity for growth for you, is being able to see yourself as your biggest ally, treating yourself with a lot of grace, with a lot of love, right? That's all coming through here very, very clearly. So being able to honor our physical vessel, which is our body, being able to honor our mental vessel, which is our mind, being able to honor our emotional vessel, okay? Our emotions, what Lakshmi was telling us in the past pile, and what it was a message that came through for another pile within the last few days. I had done another reading, and it was highlighted as a mini message within the major message of that reading. I can't remember at this point even what video it was, but it was the message that our emotions, like when we allow ourselves to feel our emotions to their fullest extent, we're actually validating ourselves. A lot of us have grown up unknowingly with a lot of gaslighting, a lot of narcissists, especially if we're light workers and empaths and sensitives. We want to help people. We want to save people. We want to heal people. And others can take advantage of that. And it can turn into toxic relationships. And what seems like you being a support system, what seems like you being a support system quickly turns into codependency without you even knowing it. It's like, boom, like in the blink of an eye, it's like, whoa, how did that happen? I was just trying to be there for that person. And now all of a sudden it's turning into this toxic interaction, this toxic relationship that's growing, this toxic dependence that's forming. So being able to clear our emotional vessels by being able to allow whatever comes up to flow through us instead of resisting those emotions, that actually causes blockages, Ganesha is saying. Ganesha is also in charge, of course, of removing obstacles from our path, removing blockages from our path. He's saying that when we resist emotions, that causes an energetic backup, an energetic backlog, he's saying. What you want to do is you want to actually be present, and that came through in Ganesha's reading as well, was be present. You want to be present with those emotions that are happening. Don't over-identify with them. Don't take it to where your emotions are suddenly a part of your identity. He's saying it's important to keep them separate. Your emotions and your identity, two separate things. You are a spirit of love. That is your identity. Everything else are just emotions that are passing through you, They are not of you unless you choose to identify with them, unless you choose to attach yourself to them, unless you become triggered by them. All easier said than done. Let me just say, I'm still working through this, trust me, but this is him talking, right? So he's saying that you want to allow those emotions, and Lakshmi, she said, and Lakshmi, I'm here too, I'm talking too. I'm so sorry, Lakshmi. So yes, allow those to come through you. Don't identify with them. Don't hold on to them. Just allow them to, like the ocean, you are by yourself and you're standing in the ocean. The waves can crash and they can come around you. That's fine. And you feel the coolness of the water as it crashes on your body, and you feel that stinging of the salt, right? But then the tide goes out, the water goes away, and you're still standing there, right? You're letting all of those things be around you, but you don't pull them into yourself. Does that make sense? You don't pull them into your spirit, to your soul, where it can kind of, it's like an air purifier. They're showing me like it can be like an air purifier where suddenly, you start pulling all of that stuff within your filter, and then your filter gets dirty, right? Your filter is there for a reason, though. They're saying that your filter helps to clean your spirit, but it's almost like different impurities will start to build up within your spirit if you over-identify with them, okay? If that makes any sense at all. So we're clearing our physical vessel, which is our body. by eating the food, by honoring what foods we eat, by moving our bodies. I don't think I mentioned that, but yoga, doing whatever feels good for you, taking walks, exercising, dancing. I was just telling pile one about something that I do, which is from Grey's Anatomy, where they're like, dance it out. I do that all the time. Dance it out, Elizabeth, dance it out. And I'll just in my room or in the living room like a crazy person. Do I care? No, because I'm on a spiritual mission. I want that energy not to be stagnant within me. I don't want to create blockages within my emotional and spiritual body. So I want it to move, right? So doing those things to be able to honor your physical vessel, honoring your emotional vessel. Sorry guys, I just had a call come through. Honoring your emotional vessel by allowing yourself to feel your feelings, don't identify with them, and allow them to flow through you. Honoring your mental vessel by taking good care of your thought life, being a good steward over your thoughts, being aware of what you're telling yourself, how you're talking to yourself, what you're feeling, okay? And let's see, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Lastly, being a good steward over our spiritual vessels, right? So our spiritual health is very, very important here. So are we, making sure and honoring our cycles? Okay. Spiritual health is not in identifying with how much we can do in as quick a time period as we can. I feel like a lot of times as spiritual people in the spiritual community, sometimes we can kind of attach worthiness to how far we're ascending, how quickly we're getting there, how much we're doing, right? And it's that whole thing of our value is tied up, our worth is tied up on how much we can accomplish and how much we can get done. No. Okay. What I want you to understand, pile 3, is that, and what they're wanting to highlight here, especially, this is coming from Ganesha and Lakshmi, is they're saying your worth is not attached to how much you can handle, how much you can do, how quickly you can go and do it. No, what matters is you being able to honor the cycles of where you're at. If you're in a cycle where you need to rest, pile 3, honor that and rest. My dear friends, they want to bold this, they want to underline it, they want to highlight it. If you are in a season where you need to rest, rest, okay? Do not feel guilty for resting. Allow yourself to rest. If you're in a season where you feel like you're being lazy, but you just feel exhausted and tired for no reason, rest, okay? You're doing a lot of spiritual and emotional work subconsciously that you're not even aware of, okay? We're multidimensional beings on different planes of existence in multiple realities at one time. There are other versions of yourself carrying out work that you're not even aware of at this point in time, but it affects you, okay? It's like a string. It's like Russian dolls. It all affects, the one affects the whole, okay? And especially when it comes to our multidimensional selves, all right? So that's being highlighted here too. If you're in a season where you feel guilty, don't feel guilty, for resting. Go ahead and rest as long as you need to rest. If that's a couple of days, it's a couple of days. If it's weeks, it's weeks. If it's months, it's months. Let it be. Yeah. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Yeah. Exactly. So that's coming through here. Okay, great. I think that's everything so far. All right. That is that. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Oh, got another notification there. Oh, I looked at the time and I was like, 3 minutes? What? But I think there was a few minutes that I had gone from the other video too. I was like, man, I was in the groove. I didn't record properly. What's happening? I forgot I had that call come in. Oh, so funny. Okay. And you know what, pile 3, if you're in a season where you have been resting, but it's like, okay, it's almost like I'm seeing someone tying their shoelaces, getting ready to get back in the game. It's like, yeah, honor that too. Don't sit on the sidelines if you know that you're being called to actually go out and dance. If you're being called to go out and play the game, if you're being called to go out and run. And there's seasons for everything. There's times where our light worker brother and sisters that are doing well energetically can handle more of the collective shift energetic work that we're going through right now. There's other times where we need to pull back, and then we go through different phases, different seasons. It's like when we're pulling back our energy and we need to rest, our other brothers and sisters of the light worker consciousness, they come in and they're helping and they're doing, but then when they need to pull back and rest, then we come in and we work, right? So it's this beautiful push-pull. It's this beautiful dance. Yeah, exactly. Lakshmi and Ganesh wanted to call this reading at the beginning. They were dancing with us. They're saying the same thing. Honor that. Honor the dance is what they're saying. Honor the cycle. Honor the rhythm. Honor the flow. Honor the dance between rest and action, okay? It's a sacred dance, they're saying, a sacred art that will benefit you a lot if you learn how to work with it properly. Okay, so messages from Ganesh and Lakshmi, my beloved Ganesh and Lakshmi, please. Messages from the both of you. Thank you. Yeah, so we have Knight of Coins or Knight of Pentacles. I just heard a car honk in the distance. So that's definite confirmation on that one there. Did they? No? Okay. Definite confirmation on the Knight of Coins. So that's going to play a big key role in this story somehow that we're unfolding. Oh, thank you. And yeah, we have Five of Swords. And then we have Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, messages from Lakshmi and Ganesh, please. Messages, thank you. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Yeah, we have the High Priestess. Hey, ho. Love that. Okay. And oh, hello. Too many. That's too many. Too many, my lovelies. Too many. Let's try it again. Da 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 da. We have Three of Cups. Beautiful. And one more. Yeah. We'll see. I'll do a couple more shuffles, and then if nothing, oh, I was gonna say if nothing comes out, then I'll just continue on, but no, they wanted to speak. So we have the Hierophant here. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Beautiful, my dear. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. Okay. And then we have at the back of the deck, the Tower in reverse. This came out for pile number 2 as well. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. So let's see where to begin. Clearing the vessel. Clearing the vessel. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is there's definitely heavy emotions in the collective right now. There's a lot of heavy emotions that are going on right now. A lot of purging, a lot of releasing. Part of it is to do with the big energy shift that's happening right now. I think Scorpio and Taurus are 2 of the energies involved at the moment. Don't quote me. I'm not an astrology is not my field of specialty. So my astrology peeps out there, you might be able to say it better than I can, but Scorpio and Taurus are happening right now. And there's just a lot of confliction happening. I feel there's a lot of physical symptoms happening right now, as well as the emotional going on in terms of the energy shift. It's a lot of like that stubborn energy is coming out too for some of you, I'm also feeling. But there's also that kind of introspection being called forward right now too. And some of it can be in the negative too. Some of that introspection can be on the light conscious scale. Some of it can be on the dark conscious spectrum. Oh gosh, if that makes any sense at all. So yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So what they're saying is it's like, Yeah. It's like, I don't know why they're showing it to me this way, but it's like eating sweets in moderation versus eating too much sweets, right? So it's like there's an energetic shift happening, and it's a big energetic shift, and it's good. It's good that it's happening, but it's almost like it's affecting us all in such a way that we need to heed this clearing of our vessels, our emotional, our physical, our mental, our spiritual vessels more than ever now. We need to be clear channels is what I'm hearing, because this big shift is like too many sweets. It's so good going down, but then you have a tummy ache after. Oh my gosh, they're so funny. Yeah, so that's what they're showing me, is it's like there's this big energetic shift, and it's not a short, it's not a little shift that we would just feel a little bit and be like, oh, that's okay. It's like boom, and we're like, whoa, whoa, is what I'm getting in the cartoons where they're like almost falling down. And that's exactly how they sound in the cartoons too. But that's what they're showing me, is it's like this whoa, kind of like teeter-tottery energy coming through. And it's causing a lot of upset right now, especially in you guys, my beautiful light workers. All of you listening to this are light workers. All of you listening to this are empaths, depending on what type of empath you are. Take that how it resonates, depending on what fits for your soul. But you're being affected this more right now than ever during this energetic shift from one energy to the next. So being able to understand that you need to adopt this high priestess energy, you need to be able to discern where your energy is going. You need to properly invest. Be a good steward of your energy. Properly invest your energy where it's needed, not where it's wanted, is what I just heard. Properly invest your energy where it's needed, not where it's wanted. Other people may want things from you. Other people may want, to take, would want your services. That's not a bad thing. Sometimes, as light workers, we are here to be of service, but there are times where, like I was telling Pile 2, there's a time to be able to go within, to be able to call back your energy. And I'm seeing this 3 of Cups here. It's like being able to understand what interactions, what events, what gatherings are healing for you, are nurturing to your soul, are good for your spirit, versus which ones are draining. Because those draining ones are what's being done away with right now. Yeah, it's like the Page of Wands in reverse here. That's kind of what I'm seeing here, is it's like this energy of being able to not be around kind of that chaotic energy at the moment. There's a lot of chaos happening around us right now, and some of you may be involved with friend groups or different relationships where they can feel a little bit topsy-turvy and chaotic, and usually you're the one kind of anchoring everything down, holding down the center. Or you can be in those environments and be okay, like you're affected by those energies, but you're able to hold your own enough to where it's like, okay, I can be around these people, I can be in these situations, and it's fine, sort of a thing. But right now, with everything that's happening for you, you're being called to only allow those experiences that are good, nurturing experiences to be allowed in your soul, if that makes sense, is how they're saying it to me. They're saying it in the sense of like, don't do things just to do things. Don't do things because you feel bad if you don't do them. Don't do things because you've always done it this way. You can't continue to do things the same just because it's just always how you've done them. Things are changing. The energy is shifting. We're ascending. We need to assess at each stage our energy and how we show up for ourselves and in the world. Okay. And that's a big thing coming here. It's almost like, it's what they're showing me is it's like clear the way, but it's like clearing the canvas, when you, So what they're showing me is, you guys remember the Etch-a-Sketches when we were younger, where you would take, and they had like the little knobs on the side, and you would do your Etch-a-Sketch or whatever. And then if you just shook it up, then it would clear away what you had just done. And now you have a blank canvas all over again, a blank sheet. That's almost what this is calling you towards, Pile 3. It's being able to clear away. Yeah. Wow. I just got something stuck in my throat. There could be a lot of throat chakra work that they're wanting to do with you, but being able, what I was saying is clear away all of what you've done so far. You know what I mean? Clear away all of that energy, clear away everything, and just let it all go. Let it all go. Start over fresh. Okay? allow it to be starting over fresh. Now, what I mean by that, I don't want, yeah, they're not wanting to get it twisted. When they mean start over, it's not to say let everything from the past go, pretend it's not there. No, you still want to honor that. But what they're saying is it's almost like putting things away is what they're showing me. So it's like right now you have things in your room, like on the floor, you have things on your dresser, you have things on, your bed, you have piled up clothes on your bed, or your desk looks like a mess, and you have all these things all over the place. It's actually being able to put those things back where they belong, put things back in your dresser, put things back in your closet, put things back in storage where they need to go, and that actually helps to clear up space so that you can properly work, so that you can properly think. For some of you, this is a direct message coming through from Ganesha and Lakshmi. They're saying clean your room, because it actually, number one, it does make a big difference in the energy. Objects hold energy. Everything is made up of energy. And so when we allow ourselves to be in a clear space, it helps us think better. It helps us feel better. So for some of you, Lakshmi and Ganesha are saying clean your rooms, but energetically and spiritually, that's the same thing. It's like you have all of this shadow work that you've been doing. You have all of these things that you've been working through. You have all of this kind of out and about, and it's kind of like you started a project over here and then you started a project over there, but it's like you left all of the things out. It's like when you're a kid and you start a craft project and you leave the markers and the glue stick and the construction paper everywhere, and your mom's like, clean it up, put it away in the bin. That's what they're calling you to do. It's like not to be able to pretend it's not there. You may have unfinished business or unfinished work that is still out, but it's okay, because what you can do is you can properly prioritize. But in the meantime, you've cleared this spiritual, energetic, sacred space is what I'm hearing. You've cleared this sacred space for yourself so that you can properly think and work in the present. And then as you need to pull that back out, you just open the bin is what they're saying. You just open the closet, you just open the drawer, and boom, it's there. You know what I mean? Very, very interesting coming through there. But yeah, this Hierophant energy is coming through here as well. Lots of wisdom to be gained, lots of lessons to be learned. You guys have been doing a lot of shadow work and you've been learning a lot from it. So congratulations, pile 3. You guys are bad A's. I'm trying to keep the cursing to a minimum just because of YouTube's guidelines, but you guys know what I mean. Like, you guys are bad and you know it. And you've been doing all of this shadow work, all of this spiritual work. You guys are spiritual warriors, and you've been learning all of these powerful lessons from it. It's been tough. It's been really hard. It's been earth shattering. I just heard earth shattering for some of you. But now you're in a state where you need to be able to clear the space for yourself. Clear that space. Watch where your energy is being invested. Watch where your energy is going. Adopt this inner knowing. Let your intuition guide you. And Knight of Coins, this is the energy they want you to adopt specifically. Do you remember when I said when I pulled this, I heard a car horn honking? Oh my gosh, say that 5 times fast. I heard a horn honking in the background as I pulled this. And it's basically them coming through to be like, hey, the Knight of Coins is where you need to be. You have so much goodness upcoming for you. You have so much beauty that is just on the horizon for you. Go get it. You know what I mean? But be a good steward of what you have right now. Be a good steward of your resources right now, and clear the vessel. Yeah. And they're causing me to want to clear my throat again. So lots of throat chakra work being done here as well. I think pile 2 had a lot of throat chakra work that was needed to be done. So pile 2 definitely could have messages for you guys. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that is for sure. That is for sure coming through. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's, what else do I see here? Yeah, it's almost like you've been facing a lot of inner demons right now. Pile 3. Do you see how the Knight of Coins is facing this black figure? It's like this headed figure that you see right there. I don't know what you call him, but he's facing it bravely, might I add. And it's almost like that's you being able to be like, you're understanding that, yeah, it's like your emotions, your mental thoughts, all of this crap that you've been going through, it no longer holds any power over you. And so you've been doing tons of work within your shadow to be able to help heal that. You've been doing, ooh, yeah. My breath just kind of flickered those candles, so that's direct confirmation. But you've also been working a lot with your ego. I think I'm going to do an ego reading coming up pretty soon here as well. I got some ego cards from Etsy that I'm pretty stoked about. So they're really cool. And I think I might do that just because I know that that's a big thing that I've been doing in my shadow work, and I think it might help some others. But you've been doing a lot of work when it comes to healing a lot of this inner powerlessness, a lot of, feeling like you needed to be there for everybody. You prided yourself on being kind of like the anchor of the group, the strong one, right? And now it's all about facing those shadows and being able to say like, no, actually I want to go in a new direction. I don't want to be where I've been before. I don't want to relate to you in the way that I have related to you before. I heard, you can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. Go your own way. Fleetwood Mac coming through. But yeah, it's like, that's you. You've been doing so much shadow work. You have so much clutter around you, but it's like, okay, clean your room now, put everything back in the bins. You've been such a good steward of your energy and where you're healing yourself, right? But it's almost like, yeah, now it's time to be able to clear the space around you, maybe read a good book, journal a little bit, and just rest in that knowingness of like, wow, I'm not at the end. I'm not where I need to be, but I'm sure as heck glad that I'm not where I used to be. Exactly. That's what's coming through. I'm so glad that I'm not where I used to be, even though I'm not where I need to be yet, right? So that's beautiful. Being able to find the mini victories, that's what's coming through here as well. Being able to congratulate yourself for every step of the way that you're overcoming, because every step is sacred. Every step means something. Every step means progress. Every step means that there's movement. There's movement forward, right? Instead of staying in the same spot, you're actually going somewhere, pile 3. That requires a lot of stamina, but it also means that you need to honor that within yourself. You need to properly thank yourself for just how much work you've been doing, okay? And in the meantime, Lakshmi and Ganesha are being like, yeah, but clear up the clutter in the meantime. And then when you need to pull that project back out to work on it, that's fine. But allow yourself to be able to have a clear, sacred space mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually around you in the meantime. So clear the vessel is coming through here in multiple different meanings. Very multi-dimensional message here. I love it. I love working with ascended master gods and goddesses and deities. These spirits are so benevolent, so lovely. Okay, we have number 6. Honestly assess. Yeah, what did I say before? Look at where you're investing your time. Look at who you're investing your energy into. Some people may want your energy, pile 3, but not everybody needs it. You have to understand where your energy is needed, not where it's wanted. That's coming. I don't know why they keep repeating that, but someone needs to hear that. Like they're like, for the people in the back, say it again. So yeah, definitely understand that you need to be able to understand, where you're investing. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I was just thinking about the choreograph card too, because they were pulling me to this matrix. Do you see this matrix, like sacred geometry symbolism that's being shown in here? This is the matrix. This is the energetic grid of the universe, right? The ancient Egyptians called this the net of life, because it looks like a little net, right? In the Bible, they called it being fishermen of men. And they always referred to, in the Bible, the fish net, right? And so that's kind of a reference to the net of life, to the energetic grid that connects the one to the all. And then in choreograph here, this came out for pile number 2. This is showing Metatron's cube, this shape, this sacred geometry right there. But, yeah, it's like this inner empowerment, understanding, like in pile 2, what was coming through with this card was understand that you call the shots, understand that you are the person who's in charge of your life and yourself. And there's no apologizing that needs to be done, because you're just doing what needs to be done for you, right? And so it's being able to cut off any potentially toxic relationships, look at where you're spending your time, honestly assess these energetic pulls from you, right? Being able to honestly assess all aspects of your life. A really, really good exercise for you, pile 3, would be something that honestly I tend to do at the beginning of my years and the new year. I will divide up my life into different categories. Health, finances, I'll divide it into my relationship with myself, you know, my spiritual self, my emotional self, and then my relationship with other people, right? And I'll list out all these different areas of my life, and then I'll rate myself on a scale from 1 to 10. How happy am I with this area of my life? And it's very telling. It's like mapping out your priorities, pile 3. That's what Ganesha and Lakshmi are coming here to say. Clearing out all the unnecessary stuff so that you can properly think in your sacred space and map out your priorities, map out what needs to be fixed. Because once you understand where the holes are, where the unhappy parts of your life are that need fixing, that's going to provide a lot of clarity for you. It's going to be like your roadmap, is what they're saying, of what to fix. Okay, it's going to be very, very telling when you take the time to do that. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, and it's so funny because in his hands here, it's like this is red and this is yellow. Number one, I don't know why, this looks like an apple to me and this looks like a banana, but also this could be pulling you. I was looking also at this triangle on his root chakra. I am hearing for some of you, root chakra and solar plexus work would definitely be something that you will want to focus on, okay? And then at the back of the deck here, we have number 40, look in the mirror. Yeah, look in the mirror. Exactly. So it's being able to, again, assess, prioritize, analyze, you know, how you're living your life, where your energy is going, and then being able to look at that and be like, okay, am I happy with this? Oh yeah, Kirk Franklin's coming through. Do you want to be happy? Da, 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 da. Something about like, basically the song is talking about happiness is a choice. Happiness is your own choosing. Happiness doesn't just happen, right? You have to work for it. You have to actively choose it each and every day. I wish I could remember more of the song. Go and listen to that song. It's beautiful. I just want to be, oh, but he has 2 songs. There is the song called Happy. But then there's another one where, do you want to be happy? Da 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 ba da ba da ba da ba ba dum da 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 da. Ooh. Yeah, I can't remember. I will not die. Yeah, I can't remember. Look it up. It's on Spotify. Then we have number 22, Indian Shaman. Beautiful. Lots of energy coming out. Yeah, I'm going to do a light body meditation. Lots of light body work is needing to be done at this time. Holy cannoli. Holy cannoli, Batman. Okay. Indian Shaman, this is all about welcoming yourself into a new space, into a new transition, into a new paradigm, energy, all about you making so much progress, right? And I feel like that is especially coming, yeah, so much energy. Look at all this light happening, you guys. Energy upgrades are happening. Yes. But yeah, it's like being able to welcome in this new part of your life. And you do that by first, yeah, it's like spring cleaning is the energy coming through here. You need to be able to do a little bit of spring cleaning with all of yourselves, you know, all of your spirit selves, all of the levels of who you are, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, all of the above. And then you're being welcomed into this new realm, into this new space that you're going to be able to just feel. You're going to be able to feel that shift happening in your life. Yeah. And it's going to be powerful. Yeah, this came out for pile number 2 as well. 35, we have dodecahedron, which is the spirit of the universe. And I'm actually getting pulled to do one more sacred geometry card. So we're going to pull one more here. Yeah, okay. Dodecahedron, the universe. Yeah, beautiful. Did you mean me to do that? Yeah, okay. All right. 37, we have emissaries of love. Yes. We have a little dolphins coming through here to say hello to. Hi. Love the dolphin spirits. And then we have 54 at the bottom of the deck, octahedron. I I believe this is the spirit of, this is one of the platonic solids, and then the dodecahedron is a platonic solid as well. The dodecahedron represents the universe, ether. The octahedron, oh, I bumped you guys, sorry. The octahedron represents thought, perception. Yes, that is what that platonic solid is responsible for. Yeah, so, okay. This has come through in another reading that I've done before, but emissaries of love, the heart being a furnace. Allow the heart to kind of burn away all of the excess clutter. There's not a lot here. It's not a big job that needs to be done. Ganesha and Lakshmi are showing me that it's, for a lot of you, it's not like this big, huge thing that, oh my God, I need to do all this shadow work and I gotta purify this and purify that and da-da-da-da-da. No, like this is not that energy. The energy that I'm getting here is it's like, yeah, there's a little bit of clutter to get out. The most powerful way is to use that heart fire that you have. That heart fire is gonna work to be able to just boop, 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 burn up all of the excess clutter out of your way and be able to put it away for you. And who knows, they're telling me, Lakshmi and Ganesha are saying that when you allow your heart fire, when you do a meditation, allowing that heart fire to burn up all of this excess clutter in the way of your, different channels, your physical channel, your emotional channel, your spiritual channel, all of these different elements of yourself, when you allow that heart fire to just burn away all of it, then you put it away in the drawer, but it's almost like that energy is still going on. That transmutation is still happening. And for some of you, when you pull those things back out to work on them again, you'll realize, wow, actually, this is healed. I'm good with this. Like this, I'm not triggered here like I used to be. I thought I needed to do more work on this, but I guess not. And it's because that heart space meditation with the heart fire that you were focusing on, that's been able to help clear up that last little bit of that project, that shadow work project. So that's going to be for some of you that's a direct confirmation that it doesn't have to be this big, huge thing. And again, I think we're really focusing on shifting into a period in the collective where the energy is shifting so that we don't need to do all of this work for just tiny bits of results. We're shifting into such a time where we can move the energy, we can manifest and mold the energy in such a way to where we can do a little bit of effort but get 10 times the results. And that's all with the shift taking place. I really need to do a collective reading on this energetic shift. I'm getting so much that I really feel like needs to be passed on. Okay. Lakshmi and Ganesh, my beautiful souls. One final message for pile 3, please. One final message for pile 3. We have freedom through faith, and then we have that blue energy coming through. Beautiful. Yeah, so what it's showing here is I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust his will and find freedom. Yes, I love this so much. Love this, love this, love this. Yeah, so faith not being in the traditional sense, like you don't need to subscribe to a religion in order to have this type of freedom taking place, but it's being able to have faith in your multidimensional self, having faith in the universe, whatever you believe in. Yeah, calming your thoughts. What did I say before? It's like being able to find this stillness within yourself, clearing everything out of your way that doesn't need to be there. It's kind of an offshoot of the message from pile 2, where it's like, let go of everything that you don't need, pile 3. You don't have to hold on to it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Sorry, I just had to. Elsa, Frozen coming through here. Let it go. Yeah, okay. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. Again, if you believe in the universe, whatever, you put that in with what you want. But yeah, being able to trust and find freedom within that, trusting in the season that you're in, doing your due diligence to clear out what needs to be cleared out, but then being able to then be a good steward over your own energy. Look at where your priorities are, being able to trust in your divine high priestess intuition and allowing that to guide you through this next transition, through this next phase of your life, which is he's welcoming you so clearly. He's welcoming you to that next phase of your life that brings a lot of joy, brings a lot of blessings your way. So pile 3, it has been such an honor to be able to tap into your energy. I do love you so much. Go ahead and like and subscribe to see more videos like this, and I will see you in the next reading.